Peace and love, family. I'm so happy to be back. I've missed you all. I do have a quick announcement before we get into this video. Shout out to everybody who pulled up November 2nd on Saturday. Okay, we were turned up in the building. It was everything. I had such an amazing time with all of you. I'm very excited. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, even if you weren't at the event, we do have a portion that was recorded that is going to be posted on YouTube. So we're almost done with the edits on that. I'm extremely excited. It's a time that I'll never forget. I've been saying for a long time, I don't know if I'll ever do meet and greets again. So this could have been the last time. This is not going to be the last event, but this is definitely probably the last meet and greet, unless it's just me and my Patreon family only. Because for sure, I definitely got to link up with my Patreons. But as far as like public events and things of that nature, we did that, family, November 2nd. So shouts out to all of you who came. Those of you who weren't able to attend, we still here. We're still in the family. But it was definitely fire and it was exclusive. So let's go ahead and get into talking about what this video is about. And this video is hinting and alluding on what many of us started to experience even on Saturday. And it's the fact that you who's watching this video, you have a connection coming into your life that is going to be completely undeniable. For quite some time, we've been talking about kingdom partnerships. We've been talking about purpose partnerships, chosen ones coming together. And whatever that looks like for you, some people may not want traditional marriage, others may. So whatever that higher level of commitment looks like for you, that's what we've been talking about happening for a while, since like 2022, okay? Also, just yesterday, to give y'all a little bit of context, I'm recording this on the 12th, so yesterday we just had 11/11. And we all know that even that number, even if you just look at it, it represents new beginnings. It represents celebration. It represents stability, commitment, gateway activations. I said this to say, I don't care what you're going through in life. This video is going to be for different types of people because this is serious. And I'm telling y'all, we've been talking about it for a minute, but chosen ones are coming together. And let me tell you, there's nothing like when you're with somebody who you're meant to be with. It's different than when you try to force things. So this is going to be a message for probably about 3 different categories of people. So let me break it down briefly on how this is going to apply to you. The first group of you, some of you may be in a connection that you've been in for a long time. We know how that is. You stay with people for a long time. You build certain types of bonds, certain commitments. And then sometimes you may be in a situation that even though you've outgrown, or even though you know it's not optimal for you, sometimes we stay in situations just because we've been in them for a long time. So some of you could be in a connection, all right, that it's okay. Maybe it's not the worst. Maybe on paper it looks good. Maybe it's like, okay, yeah, I can see myself committing to this person. I can see myself marrying this person, having a family with this person. But deep down, you know that's not who the Most High has for you. And how do we know? Because first of all, God is not a God of confusion. And secondly, we also know, because one of my favorite Bible verses, the gifts that God gives adds no sorrow with it. So if you're not into your person in terms of attraction, if there's just certain types of compatibilities that's not there, peel back those layers. If we go down to morals, ethics, and values, and that's misaligned with you, or you're dealing with a person who you know is misaligned with your purpose or gets in the way of your purpose, maybe you're not as fruitful, maybe you're not as productive since you've been in that relationship. Huge sign that yes, even though that could be something that you can physically force to work in the physical realm, even if it does for a time, it's not going to stand the test of time, because chosen ones, the only thing that are going to last in our life, especially in this new era that we've been talking about, are things that are built on solid ground. The only things that are going to be able to stay are things that are meant to be there in the first place. Some of you are in a connection, but that's not it. Some of you could have just disconnected or separated yourself from a situation, and now you're just in that space. Some of you, it could be like, you know, you're ready for something new. Some of you could be in a space where it's like you're still healing from something, but you are ready for something new and you're not going back. The other group of you who this is for, you've been completely single and you've been single for a while. And I feel like there's a special part of the prophetic message is going to come out for you all that has been single for a while, and you've been being patient and you've been waiting and you've been standing on your boundaries. You've been standing on your morals. You've been standing on your own character. You've been standing on your code, regardless of anything, like sticking to that, you know. And even before I get into this, let's talk about it, because we're going to be doing a lot of conversation over here on Pretty Boss TV, you know, but it's like, let's talk about it. Anybody who desires to have a person, and most people do, okay, I do believe that there are certain people who they may not want that ever. They may just always want to be in solitude, but most people have a desire for love. Most people have a desire for connection. Most people have desires for commitment. You know, in terms of coming together with another person, nobody wants to be alone. And for those of you who are watching this like, nah, pretty boss, you got me twisted. I want to be single forever. I don't want nobody. It's not the time for you for this message. But for the rest of you who know that even though you can be strong, you can focus on what you need to focus on. You can be blessed for all areas of your life. You can have a great connection with yourself, and you can still have a desire. You can have a want, and even to a certain level, a need for a person or somebody in your life. The Bible tells us a threefold cord is not quickly broken, and two is better than one. None of us were meant to be alone. And the thing about it, for those of you all who've been sticking to your commitment, honoring yourself, honoring your worth, not compromising, because a lot of times what people would do, men and especially women, sometimes when women will see something that they want, it's like all of a sudden their boundaries and goes out the window. Their compromising gets to a completely different level. But as a woman, and especially as a woman of God, especially as a chosen woman, you realize that you're the prize. You know who you are. And I don't say that to say you're the prize and the person that you're going to be with is not, because we're talking about two prizes. We're talking about two chosen ones. But I say that in terms of, you know, your value, that you're not willing to compromise for anything that is not of God in the first place, because things that are coming from the Most High, you're not going to have to compromise your value, your character, your purpose, and core aspects of yourself. For those of you who've been single, okay, because this is a side note, I'm gonna bring this back around for everybody. But for those of you who've been consistently single and you've been focusing, you've been working on yourself, you've been doing what you got to do, you've been staying positive, keeping the faith, you have somebody that you're going to meet very soon, unexpectedly. And of course, I know that sounds like, well, yeah, that's always how they say it's gonna happen. No, what I mean by unexpectedly in some of your cases is some of you are already in the process of meeting this person in terms of there's something that you're going to do, or you might be moving over here in this term of life. You could be moving in terms of your career. Let's say it's something that you're doing and you're taking care of your family, or let's say you're a single mom or you're a single father and you're taking care of your child and you're doing things that have to do with your children. It's like there's going to be something that you're in the middle of doing, keeping your commitments, keeping your obligations, like, and putting the things first in your life that the Most High wants you to put first, where you know your priorities at. You're going to meet somebody in the midst of getting your priorities together. This is happening very soon. For a lot of you who've been single, I'm gonna be honest, this is something that's going to happen for you within the next 4 to 8 weeks. Okay, you're gonna meet a very particular person, and this person for many of you could very well be the one. Now, the rest of you, where you could be in a connection that's not for you, or it could be that you were in a connection but you decided to move on, you're trusting God, you're having faith. Again, this is for any situation that you're in, but it's gonna be more complicated depending on what your situation is. So if you're single, you're probably going to meet somebody who's fully available and single just the same way that you are. You've been cultivating that space and your person has as well. If you've been in a commitment and now all of a sudden you're becoming single, the person who you may be coming across could have some similar things going on. Even if they're not in a situation, maybe they could just still have baggage, or they could be healing from a situation. And for those of you who might have just left from a situation, same thing. Even though you may not be with a person, you could still be connected energetically to a person in certain aspects. So the thing is, and the distinction between the different type of people that I'm talking about, those of you who are completely single, like when you come into contact with your person, like it's gonna be worth that wait. It's like, thank you, Holy Spirit. It's like, because you did the waiting already, when y'all come together, it's like, of course there's gonna be a process, a natural process, nothing that needs to be rushed. If anybody's rushing you into serious situations, run. That's a red flag. You're gonna be able to smoothly move because y'all already did the waiting. Y'all already have been patient. Others of you who may have been entertaining something that wasn't necessarily your divine spouse or your divine partner, and you could be, again, now you're coming back into alignment in terms of moving away from what wasn't for you. And again, this is not to say that you should have never been in that situation. We live and we learn. Life is all about learning. So when we come into different connections, we meet people for different reasons. Even if we meet a person for a day, or if a person is in our life for a week or a month, there are still lessons that are something significant that was there for us to learn, and also maybe for us to teach or mirror back to that person. So again, this is not to say, oh, you did something wrong, but it's just saying that it's going to play out a little bit differently. So for some of you that are still in a connection that you know you've been being called away from, or for those of you who've left a connection that you've been tied into for a while, it could be that the person who you're getting ready to come into contact with is dealing with a similar situation. Because even if we're talking about soulmates, even if we're talking about kingdom partners and things of that nature, now we're talking about marrying, but to a completely different level. When you're talking about two soulmates that come together, you will be surprised the level of mirroring. You would almost be like, no way possible. To the thoughts, to the feeling, to a lot of the different things that are happening underneath the surface that you and that other person may not be aware of. But this is what I'll say. Regardless of what category you fall in, you're getting ready to meet somebody who could definitely be the one for you. Another thing that I want to say is understand this. When we're receiving prophetic messages, first of all, some messages takes time to pass. It depends on where you're at in your season. Many people watch Pretty Boss TV, so everybody's not going to be in the exact same chapter. The other thing that I want to say is when you get messages like this to where you're like, man, I keep receiving messages that, love is coming into my life, or it is my time for relationship, and you'll know. Remember that when you're watching any video, even if you're talking to a person, the Most High speaks in confirmation in 2s or 3s. When you're in a particular season, when something is moving in your life, you're going to receive confirmation from multiple different angles, multiple different aspects. When you're watching even a video like this, because it can have a tendency to be like, man, where is it all? I can't wait, because what's better than a kingdom spousey next to our side? You can't see my kingdom hubby, but he right here. He in my energy. You feel? He's in my energy, So it's like you feel that, when it's coming. You'll know, even if it's a different season for you. It could be that it's a season for you where you're like, I need to focus on finances, career, business, and you're getting confirmation, and when you focus in that direction, it's turning up. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm not going to rush this video because we're talking right now. The thing to realize, especially when you're getting messages or you're feeling inclined, or even if you're meeting people, like let's say you're getting out and you're meeting people, or you meet someone, you're like, oh my goodness, that video that Pretty Boss did, I just had an instant connection. Like I felt something that I've never felt. Like I'm telling you, it's something. It's some type of chemistry. Sometimes you can meet a person and then maybe even not on that initial interaction, but then when you have time to fully connect, it's like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Like a spark, like some type of energetic exchange that you can't explain. The thing about this that I want to say that's so very important is when you know that you're in a season to where you've been being cultivated, you've been being Esther-fied, you've been being prepared for your kingdom spouse, for your kingdom husband, for your kingdom wife, again, if that's what you desire. The thing is, don't be discouraged when you're meeting people or different people are coming into your life. Or let's say you meet somebody and it might be like, oh my goodness, this person is exactly my cup of tea. They dot every I, they cross every T. First and foremost, remember that when we're meeting people, it's many people that we can be attracted to for different reasons. We can be physically attracted, but just even also energetically, like there's a lot of different things that attracts us to different people. Just because we're experiencing or feeling an initial reaction, that doesn't necessarily always mean, okay, this is my person, this is my forever. We have to also have the discernment to Proverbs 3:5-6. Do not lean on our own understanding, but to acknowledge the Most High in all of our ways so that our paths will be made straight. Understand that when you start coming into your season where it's your time, you're in wifey era, you're a husband domain and territory, the God has given you the vision. Explore and have fun with it. Although the one is coming into your life, you're going to start having experiences that is letting you know that you're right there. Like you're getting closer and closer. It's like prophetically, people will say there's counterfeits. And yes, there's absolutely counterfeits, because everybody that we deal with that's not the one is a counterfeit in that sense. We have to start being a little bit more proactive in our understanding about counterfeits and not just always make it seem like, well, it's just the devil throwing us distractions from what God is trying to do. It's like we got to be real with ourselves to realize, like, we get ourselves caught up in a counterfeit situation sometimes because we might like what we see. We might catch a vibe. We might have something going on within ourselves where it's like, look, I'm ready. And then the first thing that lines up with what you think is perfection and what you're looking for, you feel like that's for me, but it may not be. And then if we get caught up or misunderstand different relationships and connections that are coming into our life, and then we end up going down a loop or a cycle of feeling like, oh my God, why does this keep happening? I thought this person was the one. This person is not the one again. We have to start looking at ourselves and be like, okay, what am I doing here? We got to have discernment. We got to be as innocent as a dove, yet wise as a serpent. We want our hearts to be open. We want to be able to receive. We want to be able to explore, but at the same time, we want to be able to guard our heart with all vigilance to understand that, yeah, it's there. You can show everybody, look, it's pretty, it's available, but everybody can't just reach in there to grab it. People have to earn that. Even when we come into contact in situations and we feel that connection, people still got to show you who they are. People still got to earn that. Even if there's certain things, if God gives you all the divine confirmation period where it's like, oh my goodness, this is my person. I cannot tell you how I know, but I know. Still take it to the Most High and allow for the confirmation in the physical to line up with the confirmation that you receive spiritually, because sometimes people are mixing their desires with discernment and intuition. I said that to say this. Understand that when you're in a season where the person is coming to you, there's going to be a lot of different options that start floating around. Now, it was a video that I did not long ago where I said you're going to have 3 really good options. I don't know if y'all recall that. I'm going to tag it above. This is the thing, because I'm telling you, as soon as you click into yourself, as soon as you click into alignment, as soon as those things that were once blocking you are released because you've been doing the work, you've been doing the healing, you've been focusing and cultivating yourself, then you'll go from a place of feeling like, I don't have any options in this, I don't have any options in that, nothing is moving in my life, to where you're like, wait, I have too many options, like, please let me breathe for 2 seconds. And again, the thing that I want to say, this is what I really want to say, and I should have probably did a whole nother video on this. I might. The thing that I want to touch on in this video, and if y'all want to talk about like different things in terms of relationships and dating, and y'all are interested in having that conversation on Pretty Boss TV, please let me know, because I'm all about it. Like, even doing the pop the balloon thing, it was so dope, because to have men and women in the same room, and it's a vibe. It's not about men are this, women are that. It's like, we need to heal. We need each other more than ever, especially after these elections. Oh, you best to stay close. I'm gonna do another video about this, but I'll touch on it here because I've been wanting to say this. Some of you realize that you're coming into a place where you're gonna start having many options. A lot of people are gonna start gravitating towards you, and this is because the person is for you is literally in your vicinity. Y'all are in each other's energy. The thing about it is, let's say you meet somebody and you're like, man, this person, I click. They have all the characteristics outwardly that I really want. And I say outwardly, we're not just talking about physical, even though yes, it's gonna be a handsome boss, even though yes, it's gonna be a pretty boss, of course. Okay, the physical attraction is gonna be their chosen ones are hot. But I'm not even just talking about that. I'm talking about the chemistry, the other things that makes you feel like, oh my goodness, this is even deeper than the physical, quote unquote. Some of you may meet a person, or you might meet different people. And even for those of you who it could have been lately where you met somebody and you thought that was it, and you're like, man, it's not. Understand that all things work together for good. Now, something we've been talking about on patreon.com/prettybosstv. I've been telling y'all where to come if you really want to level up your life, level up your mind, body, and spirit. That's what we do over there on Patreon, holistically, for real, for real. Y'all gonna start seeing so much new fruit. You understand what I'm saying? Pretty Boss gonna pop out, you know? Hey, I ain't got no rings on it today, but Pretty Boss gonna pop out like y'all see me. I'ma just come sit here like this, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be talking like, you know, subscribe to patreon.com/prettyboss. No. Okay, so let me stop playing. I'm not playing, but y'all know what I mean. Let me get serious, okay? The thing about it is, for those of you who are in that season, if you meet somebody and it's like, man, I feel it, and then all of a sudden, let's say you get disappointed. Let's say they ghost you. Let's say you realize like they weren't about that life. They were playing with me. Or whatever it goes out to where you're like, you know what, this person, I thought that we were seeing eye to eye or having the same type of thing, but I see it wasn't that. Don't be discouraged. Don't feel like, man, every time I think it's mine or every time I think it's for me, it's not. Don't do that. Use them as a jumpaline to go higher. I'm gonna pause this video. I'm gonna go straight into this in the next video. We're gonna start having some real talk over here. Y'all know we got prophetic messages. I can do real talk, and prophetic messages are gonna come out anyway. I be talking in my real life to family and friends, and the prophetic messages never stop, family. They're always there. Even in the midst of my personality, chilling with my people, it comes out. It's just part of who I am. So we gonna do that. But we gonna start really talking real talk too here. And one of the things that I'm gonna say is realize that when this happens, you're always being elevated. Things are always working out for you. Some of you, it could be that you have a person that's coming into your life, or you have people that's coming into your life that's going to be so close to the characteristics that you desire. And don't look at it as if it doesn't work out or it's not that person. Don't look at it as, oh, God is teasing me or the devil is trying me. Look at it as, this is giving me momentum. This is giving me confirmation. This is reminding me of, oh my goodness, this is what I like. This is what will work for me. Like, you're getting bits and pieces of what's to come. So I'm gonna pause there. I'm gonna pick that up in the next video. If you would like to book personal prophetic guidance with me, you can book a personal on prettybosstv.com. Okay, book personals with me. I do have availability now. You know, we're done with the event for now. Okay, for now. We'll see how this episode goes when we drop it. Make sure that you're subscribed if you're not, because we are dropping our own Pop the Balloon episode, family. It went down November 2nd. It did. Okay, we got it recorded, so that's coming. Make sure you're subscribed. And let me say another thing about this YouTube thing. YouTube is a whole nother monster of its own, right? We're grateful for it, but we see what YouTube be doing. Now, I was watching YouTube the other day and I never saw this channel before. Never. It's like a political channel. I don't even watch political channels. This video pops up and I click on it and it was so good. From one video, I never subscribe off of one video, but it was so good that I was going to subscribe. I went to subscribe and I was already subscribed and it was hit to all notifications and I was like, what? I've never in my life, and no, my account is not hacked or none of that foolishness, subscribe to that channel. And that was my confirmation that I'm like, I've been seeing myself get subscribed to channels that I never subscribed to. I don't know if the people of the channels are doing different hacks or something that some extensions that they're using that are automatically subscribing people, or if YouTube has an algorithm of their own going on. But I said that to say, if you're watching this video, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, especially if you know that you've been. Matter of fact, hit unsubscribe, subscribe again, and make sure that you hit all notifications, because what I've been noticing is channels that I've been subscribed to, I'm like, where they at? And I'm starting to see that certain channels, especially that are getting pushed for certain types of agendas, I don't even look at I've never seen them before. And then I look to go, like yesterday, I was going to subscribe immediately and I was already subscribed. And that made me unsubscribe because I'm like, no, YouTube. No, YouTube. You don't choose for me, YouTube. That's not how we get down. I said that to say, make sure that you're subscribed, hit that notification bell again if you need to. Make sure, because y'all see how they doing us YouTubers. Y'all know it's not just me, it's many of us who've been out here. We already have our audiences. Those of you who want to see our videos, it's not like you don't want to see our videos, but you may not get a notification. You may not even see that we posted a new video until 4 days later. I get that in my comments all the time. Pretty boss, why am I just now seeing this? I'm subscribed. I didn't get the notification because YouTube want that funny business. That's why we diversifying though. Follow me on Instagram at I am Kendra Justine. Follow me on TikTok as well. Ooh, I got some fun stuff to post on TikTok. And we're just spreading our wings off of YouTube. I'm also going to start pouring content into some of my other channels. I might even create another channel because it's funny out here in these streets, but we got to keep these messages revolving, okay? Anyways, make sure that you're subscribed. Also, PB Exclusive is back, baby. If you like my outfit, this is a very cute, suave bodysuit. Okay, so I love it. It's on PB Exclusive, one of my favorites. This sold out the first time, so this is one of our items that are back in stock for the holiday season. When I say this is the cutest, like, girl, let me tell you, the holiday season, you step in this one, you step in. pbexclusive.com. The site should be still 50% off, so visit PB Exclusive if you would like those discounts, you know. And we have new apparel coming. Also, for those of you who have been shopping with PB Exclusive, I am going to be converting PB Exclusive into a different kind of line. You know, it's going to have sizes, more sizes that are in line with curvier women, especially as I see that many of the women who support PB Exclusive are women who are full women. We're completely rebranding. We're in the process of that. So if there's some things that you like to see, go ahead and grab it, because we're restructuring PB Exclusive for grown, sexy, pretty boss women, wifeys only, okay? Also, 30 Days to Success. We're doing 30 Days to Success and Love on Patreon. So y'all can come join us on patreon.com/PrettyBossTV if you would like to do 30 Days to Success and Love on Patreon as a group. This could possibly be our last time doing that. We're closing out the year. Getting in alignment for our hubbies and wifeys so that next year we're on PB Exclusive. Like, I'll be like, I told y'all, you know, no. We may not do 30 Days to Success and Love on Patreon as a group again, because I'm going to be launching the official course next year. Just the way that we have 30 Days to Success. 30 Days to Success and Love. This, I love all of them. We have 30, in case y'all don't know, there are other courses coming because we were doing it as a group on Patreon over and over. So I've perfected them. But we have 30 Days to Success, 30 Days to Success and Money, and 30 Days to Success and Love. All of them changed my life. 30 Days to Success and Love completely changed my life the first time I did it. Game changer. So if y'all would like to do that with us a group before it becomes an official course, and that's the only way you'll have access to it, come join us on patreon.com/PrettyBossTV. You got time. We're taking our time with this one because we're letting this close us out for the year of 2024. Also, y'all know we got that daily prophetic guidance over there on Patreon, so come join us for that. We're really leveling up around here. We've been doing the inner work. This is about to be very obvious outwardly. I love y'all so much. All of my links are below. I'll see you in the next video too, because it's about to get juicy. Talk to y'all soon. Y'all willing. Peace.